Okay, today we're going to be working on transmission, Kia transmission. The transmission is A6LF2 two-wheel drive, which is from a Kia Sedona. Transmission's already been removed. I'm just going to be going through the problems of it. The problem I'm having with it is staying in fourth gear. It has a P0 880. I'm finding that it's got problems internal through the wiring or possible solenoids. I'm going to be taking it apart, but before I do, I'm going to show you how to check resistance in the solenoids through the top connector. Then after, I will be taking the front valve body cover off and actually checking the solenoids themselves with the pan removed, and possibly go into checking the wiring, and if possible repairing the wiring or replacing it. Okay, so we're going to be setting up now. First thing, we're going to put our meter on ohm scale. This, by the way, is a Fluke 88. I've already zeroed it. Okay, I'm gonna show you the connector again. Okay, what we're gonna be doing, you got this big connector on this side is number 5 pin. This is number 10 pin. Both of these are solenoid power 1 and power 2. These are supposed to have power at a certain time. These over here are going to be on the ground side. You also have your speed sensors, your temp sensors, all that other stuff, but we're only going to be checking the parts that go to pin 5 and 10. Let me show you a diagram of the transmission circuit for this transmission.
She really did crash this car.
Okay, if you look here, here's pin 5, which controls these 4 solenoids: 17, 16, 11, and 12. And you got pin 10, which controls pin 18, 6, 7, and 2. And from the external wiring, it all goes to the PCM. I've already checked resistance from the PCM to the connector. Now we'll be checking resistance from the connector 5 and 10 to the actual solenoid. We're actually checking the solenoids one at a time for their resistance. They should have about 5.1 ohms. So let me set up here. First, we're gonna do the number 5 pin. Hooked up one lead to the number 5 pin. The next thing we're gonna do on the number 5 pin, you have 11, 12, 16, and 17. So on the connector, 1 starts back here, then it goes to 4, then 5, 6, 7, and so on, and then 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and so on, all the way to 18 pin. Alright, so the first one we're going to be checking is on pin 5. Let's go to pin 11, so which would be this one, and you're reading about 5.0. That's pretty close to where it should be. Then we're going to be going next to pin 12. Pin 12 is right next to it, and we're getting 10.7. That's a little higher right there. There's something definitely going on with that solenoid. So once we have it apart, we'll look further into it to see what's going on with it. Okay, the next one, we're gonna go to pin 12, pin 16. So pin 16 right here, and we got 5.2. That's still within specs, 5.2. So we're still doing pretty good right there. Okay, we're gonna be going to pin 17 now. That one also had meets standards. It's 5.2, 5.3, which is telling me that those solenoids are good. Okay, now that we've gone through the number 5 pin, we're gonna switch over to the number 10 pin. Okay, on the number 10 pin, you have pin 2, 6, 7, and 18. So we're gonna go to pin 2 over here. And we have an open. So definitely something's wrong here. Pin 6, which is right here, also has an open. Pin 7, which is right next to it, also has an open. Then we're gonna jump to pin 18, which is way over here, and you can see it also has an open. So most of the problem is on pin 10, besides the other pin on number 5 that we'll be checking. You're probably gonna have shorted internal wiring. That's the problem with most of the problems that this transmission has. So you could either replace the harness or attempt to repair it, but it's going to be pretty hard to repair, but we're going to try. This transmission, the reason I took it out, because it already has over 200,000 miles on it. Most likely either going to replace it or go through the whole thing, and then we'll see what we can do with it. We're just using this one for training purposes, so we're gonna see what we got inside. But before we do, let me show you some parts of it. This one right here, that is your fuel plug. That's where you fill your transmission. On the bottom, which I can't really see, but it has a 24 millimeter drain plug at the bottom, which you use to drain the fluid. And then on the side of the pan, you have a check port. You'll be checking this one while it's warm, 140 degrees Fahrenheit, and then watch for fluid coming out through there with the engine running. It's probably going to take a little less than 5 quarts. Alright then, I'm gonna take a short break, remove the pan, then I'll get back with you.